I got food in my belly, and welcome back to another video on the personal channel. In today's upload, we're gonna do a little apartment update, I guess you could say, and it's gonna involve both of the units here. As you guys know, I live in the bottom unit. It's a privately owned building. Top unit used to belong to my best friend Danny. Now another buddy of mine, Chris, lives up there, and there's some massive renovations going on. Before we jump up into his unit here, I'm going to show you guys something else, and this is actually an actual problem, and it bugs me that I didn't turn my camera on yesterday when I was hearing it, because it was coming like right here somewhere. So we're gonna hop up, oh, trash. We're gonna hop up to the garage. So if you guys watch the main channel as well, I just yesterday uploaded a video about getting stuck in the snow with the S65. Now, while I'm extremely happy that I do have a garage, especially in this part of town, I've talked about that in previous videos. Having a garage where I live, especially that can fit 2 cars, even, I mean more, but this lane here belongs to the top unit. And then I graciously get to borrow part of that lane every now and then. But anyway, I have both of my cars in the garage, which is very nice. But since we got snow yesterday and I got stuck, my whole car was filled with snow, and you guys can still see the floor is wet here from just the snow melting. It's like wet everywhere, just from melted snow. It actually leaks down, and my apartment is right underneath this garage. So again, melted snow. I mean, it's not tons of water. It's not like I washed my car in here, but still it leaks down to my apartment. And I could hear it like yesterday afternoon for hours. I didn't know exactly where it was coming from, but I kind of just pinpoint by hearing it. Again, I don't see it like leaking into my actual apartment, but eventually it probably could, and that, you know, is a little bit of an issue. It's also because they never installed drains in this garage, which would have been great, because technically I could have been washing my car in here. It's a first world problem, but granted, I mean, leaking water from just a melted snow car into the apartment isn't optimal. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk upstairs to the top unit. As you guys can see by the stairs right here, we got a bunch of sawdust and all kinds of crap. So yesterday I was up here filming when they tore down the whole wall, because also, like I mentioned in a previous video, is that they are gonna be renovating, pretty much replacing the whole balcony, this one and the top one. So yeah, this unit now, Chris's unit, is a complete construction zone. It's very nice here when everything is the way that it should be. But once all this stuff is done, it's gonna be dope. They built this thing right here just to cover up their big old TVs. I've filmed this before. They have like an 85-inch here, and then they have like 2 40 inches underneath. It's a really cool setup. Now this whole floor is going to be torn up, that floor as well. And then this whole balcony out here is going to be completely replaced and renovated. So why am I talking about this? This isn't my apartment. It is because it's going to affect me as well here very, very soon. Besides all the noise that I heard yesterday, which isn't really all that big of a deal, but you know, they had electric saws and all kinds of stuff tearing down this whole wall. It was just open. They got the wall back up. I mean, obviously it needs finished up here, but the wall back up and the doors, oh, that's actually different. Yeah, so this is a different setup. That's great. Before, this was just big windows and you had a little door right here. So now I guess they're gonna have sliding doors. So yeah, that's gonna be very nice. They're gonna be able to open this completely up. You couldn't do that before. Anyhow, we're gonna go back down to my place. Now, if you've been paying attention and following along in my other videos, this might be slightly repetitive, but you should know this already, because when they start renovating that balcony right there, which is where we just were, my whole deck is you're gonna have scaffolding and stuff like that. Because otherwise they can't really, you know, get up there properly. Now, from what I've heard, I don't know if this is going to happen yet, but if it does, it's going to be absolutely awesome. As you guys know, I already have a really big deck. I mean, it might not be very like wide, but it's very long. It wraps around the whole apartment. And what I'm being told is that this whole deck is going to be extended out, maybe like 8 to 10 feet. At least, I think, to match this balcony right here, which is going to be awesome because I get further out there, you get an even better view. So I think that is supposedly supposed to happen in the spring, and I'm hoping it does. You never know, but things like that, because it's not a top priority. That balcony up there is top priority because it's in really bad shape. But if it happens, it's going to be really, really cool. But either way, I'm happy with the deck and, you know, the view and all that stuff. But in regards to the dripping, there's like an attic space above here, which is where I think the dripping was like coming down. But I don't know. You know, it's not severe amounts of water. I don't really own this unit either. I'm just renting. So it's technically not really my problem. I don't think it's going to turn into a massive problem, but it was still, you know, you hear water. Water is massive damage if it's in large amounts. I can enter this attic space from here inside the closet. So we're just going to have to wait and see. It's only because it's winter now, and we have really bad snowstorms, and you've been out driving and the snow is melting. That's what that happens. I know not to wash the car in the garage, so, you know, water that way is not going to be a problem. But yeah, we're just going to have to wait and see how that turns out. It's obviously not dripping now because there's no water up there, but yeah. Now, I've been editing the first part of the videos actually the day after we filmed the previous clips here, and I get questions from time to time what I use to edit. And I have a MacBook, and I use Final Cut Pro. So for anyone that has a MacBook, you get iMovie, like the, I guess, beginner level-ish of Final Cut Pro, and this comes with the computer. And then you can choose to, at least when I got it several years back, you bought Final Cut Pro for $300 and then you have it forever. So that's the editing software that I use. I would probably use like Adobe or something if I use PCs. I think you can use Adobe even with a Mac, but most Mac users use Final Cut Pro, so that's what I edit with. You just create your project here, drop all your clips down that you're going to use into the timeline here, and then you sit there and you cut them up and you edit, have little transitions and stuff like that. For anyone that's used to editing, this is normal stuff for you guys. But I figured I would mention it real quick since I get a lot of questions about it. Now, another thing that nothing has really happened with at all, it's just a complete mess in this room, and that is because I still don't know what to do with it. What I want is a proper guest room for if I ever have family over or something like that, or, you know, a buddy from out of town and they need somewhere to stay over. It's nice to have a guest room, but also I want, you know, a proper office. And the room is just not big enough to have both. Like, you have a bed here, and then you want like a desk somewhere, and like a chair, and like just stuff for, you know, office. So I'm so conflicted of what to do. Just have a bunch of crap like drones, and like I bought a new printer, I haven't even used it. Everything's just sitting on the floor, it looks horrible. So I gotta figure out what to do. The thing is, if I make this a proper guest room, you know, I don't really want to sit and edit here. I don't know, it looks so crappy. These aren't chairs you want to sit on for hours either. They're not, I mean, they look okay, and it's okay for grabbing a bite to eat and stuff, but you don't want to sit here, because many times I sit and edit for hours, and these chairs are just not comfortable enough. So it's nice to have a proper office chair. I've even thought about making this an office area, but it's also kind of tacky, because this is supposed to be like a dining area. So I don't really know what to do. I could move this and like put it over in this corner over here, because I do have a table over here, and this is kind of where I sit and eat mainly. I even sit here and edit sometimes. I sit on the couch and edit. But, you know, if you're doing it for hours, I have to have my computer plugged in, and there's no outlet here, but there's an outlet over here. But I want the table over by the window, see the view. Such confliction. But yeah, I guess everything will work out in time, and that's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up if you did. If you have any suggestions or comments or questions, leave them in the comment section below. See you guys very, very soon. Bye-bye.